The French army have a new hunter-killer drone squadron concept, and their marine cavalry are the test bed. The 1st Marine Infantry Regiment, or 1st RIMa, recently converted its 1st Armored Squadron on the old AMX-10 RC into a drone de chasse squadron. This unit will combine surveillance and bomber drones and loitering munitions to provide their brigade or independent combined arms tactical group with surveillance and strike beyond the capability of current armored squadrons. Despite its name, 1st RIMa is a cavalry formation, providing reconnaissance and armored maneuver capabilities to the 9th Marine Infantry Brigade, one of France's 2 amphibious-capable medium brigades. Some solutions the EDC is intended to bring to the battlefield include restoring mobility of battle groups whose maneuver has been stalled, breaching the enemy's defensive works, and overloading the enemy's chain of command. The thinking goes based on what 1st RIMa has taken in from Ukraine, units without drone capability are prone to becoming pinned down. The squadron currently consists of 1 command and logistics platoon and 4 functional platoons. The acquisition and surveillance platoon, loitering munitions platoon, and 2 contact drone platoons. We're going to be drilling down into each of these platoons, including their structure and the specific drones they're using. But first, the featured Patreon and members task force is the Expeditionary Regiment, our Marines. I'm announcing that I have a new patch design to succeed the original for the Sergeant Major tier, featuring the full color insignia of the Expeditionary Regiment. Right now, you can only get this patch by signing up as a Sergeant Major on Patreon. But anyway, the 5 platoons. The Command and Logistics Platoon is fairly self-explanatory. It's the Squadron HQ, responsible for synthesizing and exploiting intelligence collected by the platoons, disseminating that intel to its strike-capable assets, liaising with higher, and providing command, control, and logistical support. I'm told by someone familiar that it should get 3 light vehicles and 3 trucks in the future. For now, the VT-4, a version of the Ford Everest, and GBC-180 respectively. They'll have to deal with the particular logistical burdens of a UAS unit, including charging batteries and repairing drones. As well, they should get EB Vision drones to allow the squadron commander to monitor their platoons. The EB Vision is a man-packable ISR drone with a 20-kilometer range and thermal camera. Another operator of the Vision is the squadron's Acquisition and Surveillance Platoon, or PAS. Its purpose is to gather intelligence and designate targets 20 kilometers beyond the forward line of troops. They feed information to the Squadron HQ, which is then disseminated to the strike-capable platoons. It consists of a command patrol and 2 drone patrols, patrol being a French equivalent to a US tank or scout section. Each patrol includes 2 VT-4 utility vehicles in the interim, with 3 to 4 troops per vehicle, depending on the specific test. I'm told the patrols were recently tested with 3 EB Visions each, although eventually they want to increase this to 6 each, or 3 per drone team. This would allow for continuous observation and give some padding if they take losses. The adage goes, if you have 3, you always have 1, but if you have 1, you have none. In each of these functional platoons, the command patrol mirrors the 2 combat patrols. This allows them to provide drone replenishment to the combat patrols, and a reserve should one of the combat patrols be rendered combat ineffective, in addition to the typical planning and command functions of a platoon HQ. For now, the ranks of each vehicle's commander are about what you'd expect. Each patrol has a sergeant in command with a corporal or chief corporal in the other vehicle. In the command patrol, it's a platoon leader in one vehicle, whether they be a lieutenant or adjutant, a senior NCO that typically leads platoons, and the deputy in the other vehicle, typically a chief sergeant. The mission of the Loitering Munitions Platoon, or PMTO, is to strike targets up to 30 kilometers from the flot. While this would outrange the squadron's ISR, this is ideal because it gives the munitions more loiter time over an area. An example of an MTO, as the French call them in this segment, is the fixed-wing MV-25 Oscar made by KNDS and Dallaire, resulting from the Colibri project. The platoon consists of a command patrol and 2 launcher patrols. However, I'm told that this platoon was not tested during the recent Hedgehog 25 exercise in Estonia, and it'll be so shortly. It's too early to tell what this unit will be equipped with in the end. It's been expressed to me that a cell-based system similar to the Chinese CH-901 is kind of a pie-in-the-sky hope, although that will probably take a lot more industry and big army involvement than 1st RIMa can muster for its internal tests. It could be a single-launch tube or rail sort of situation in the interim. In any case, the loitering munitions and the drones in the contact drone platoon are ideally considered expendable like munitions. Those 2 contact drone platoons deal from directly on the front line to 10 kilometers beyond the flot. They're basically the close contact scouting and high volume expendable strike portion of the squadron. They currently use Parrot and Nafi quadcopters in both ISR and munition dropping configurations with a range of 10 kilometers. This gives them an organic hunter-killer capability, able to do their own limited ISR should they have to operate independently, although they're intended to be used in sync with other assets within the squadron and not detached. The idea is that all of the sensors and effectors within the squadron kill chain are centralized, or in English, make the whole process from seeing the target to hitting the target as simple as possible. Each platoon consists of a command patrol and 2 hive patrols, each patrol with 2 Ford Ranger crew cab pickup trucks. Each vehicle has a commander, driver, and drone operator, although I'm told further tests will determine if vehicles end up with 3 or 4 personnel. They're tentatively mounting 2 drone hives in the bed of each Ranger. Each box can hold 10 Parrot UAS stacked on a rail. However, the intent is to eventually have 5 stacks of 10 drones per vehicle, so 100 drones per patrol and 300 per platoon. This is to allow for expendability and the ability to mass as many drones as required when needed. The 10 drone boxes are just a proof of concept, as are the Ford Rangers and VT4s, which probably won't be the final platforms. KNDS, Naval Group, and Icarus Swarms did a little advertisement back in 2023 of a similar vertical launch drone swarm concept using a serval APC as the base, although as far as I've been told that's not within the scope of First RIMa's experiment. During exercise Hedgehog 2025 in Estonia, a portion of First RIMa's EDC, callsign Ballery, was deployed to test the concept. They supported a GTIA or battalion-sized battle group based around First RIMa's HQ and elements on Jaguar, plus elements of the 126th Infantry, 11th Marine Artillery, and 6th Engineers, all elements of 9th BEMA. Their opposing force was the American 5-7 Cav, 1st ABCT, 3rd Infantry Division on Bradleys. In the video First RIMa posted to their YouTube, the scenario involved Ballery 10, the Acquisition Patrol, identifying 8 Bradleys along Route Gabriel. They show off the Vision's automatic target identification capability, whereby it designated them as IFVs via a detection, recognition, and identification algorithm created by Alta Ares. I'm told the fine-tuning of these algorithms is based heavily on Ukraine's experience. Ballery 20, the contact drone unit, then launched a mix of UAS from its Ford Rangers and dropped a load simulating explosives on the target. It's noted that while this element was only 5% of the GTIA, it was responsible for 20% of the destruction inflicted on the enemy. Thanks to my patrons and channel members who allow me to make these videos. Over the next year or so, I want to build the audience-funded portion of my revenue. You don't like watching sponsored ad reads, I don't like making them, and my patrons and members allow me to do things like pay rent without them. As a thank you, you'll get access to my private Discord, merch benefits at certain tiers, these shoutouts, and access to videos right when I finish them instead of when it's algorithmically ideal, all while helping me make videos about unit organization details that only nerds like us care about. I'll see you over there.